Yes! Okay, we're good. We're live. Now I just gotta refresh the page. Yes. I swear, sometimes XSplit just hates me. According to XSplit, we are. And I just refreshed the page and. Oh, wait, we're not. What? Why? Oh, goodness. No. Yeah, and we are live because it just updated for me. And it logged me out. And I just refreshed. Twitch, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I like to stay logged in though, so that once we're done, I can just automatically go and do the video on demand without having to log in afterwards. Okay. Now that we've wasted some time, it's all of 2 minutes, I think. I don't know if anybody's even watching. I like to stay logged in though, so that once we're done, Does your spacebar not work? Is anybody even watching? I don't see any of you. It doesn't matter. That's fine. It doesn't matter because it records. I'm just gonna, yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 16 of GT Insider. We are running a little late because XSplit hates me, but we got it working, that's the important part. This is a place where you can come join us for quick insight into all things gaming and maybe hear something that will enhance your gaming tribe experience. As always, everything on this show is the opinion of the host and not necessarily the opinion of Gaming Tribe or Mass Luminosity. Today we have Joe as my co-host. Erwin is currently MIA doing family things. And looks like that sound problem's happening again. But I'm going to finish this anyway. And my guest host today is Alan Walsh, aka 3Quilibrium. Joe, Alan, say something. I want to see if they can hear you or if I have to. Well, one person said they can't hear you, so I think I'm going to have to take my headphones off again. We got to wait for the delay so I'm watching the chat. Pretty sure I changed a setting on my headphones last week that broke Skype. So now XSplit doesn't pick it up, but I don't know. Can you guys not hear them? Well, you guys. Okay, yeah, it's doing that again. All right, 1 second, guys. Yeah. All right, that totally just went over. That doesn't matter. All right, can you guys hear everyone else now? I hope.
I bet.
Oh, our camera's playing up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just for the record, guys, my camera's been really stupid, so it's probably gonna flip out of sync every so often. But don't worry about it. I need feedback though. Can you guys hear everyone now?
To Bing Raga, apparently that's been happening because of her headphones. We just gotta eventually figure out what's going on with that.
I changed a setting. I don't know what I changed, but I know I changed something, and I have no idea, and it broke Skype. Okay, good. Yay, sound.
Switch to OBS, it's better.
I tried it. I was poking around at it yesterday, and I was like, I don't like this thing, because...
I love it. It's so easy.
For some reason, like, when I was doing the practice stream... Wow, my camera's really slow. Anyway, when I was doing the practice stream, it was, like, taking too long to encode, and I'm like, no!
Ah.
Alan. Alright, let's go ahead and move on for now. We'll talk more about OBS later, or I'll complain more about it later. Joe, go ahead and tell everyone what you've been playing this week.
Oh, okay. Well, let me think through everything. Cool, got it. I've been playing Dark Souls 2, of course. Been playing a lot of it. I actually, unfortunately, once again, beat the final boss while not streaming, because I didn't feel like setting everything up. So,
Way to go.
So we'll see if I ever actually manage to stream during that fight. I did that. I played League of Legends with some friends, which was a lot of fun because it was my birthday was playing games. So I played League of Legends with them. And then I played Dawn of War 2 last night and Worms Revolution.
Sounds fun.
So
How
just
about
a lot of
you?
selection.
What'd you say, Alan?
That's quite a selection of games in 1 week.
I know, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of free time.
What about you, Alan? What have you played this week?
Most of the time I've been playing Watch Dogs. Anyone on Gaming Tribe will probably know that anyway, since I keep putting pictures up.
Yeah.
But I've just been trying out the Versus mod and trying to get it all working. You know, looking really good, and at the moment it looks fantastic. And I was actually really enjoying the game. But in between that, it's Wolfenstein, the New Order, which I love. It's one of the best FPS titles in a long time.
Too bad I don't like FPS games because I suck.
Well, if you suck, yeah, I can see why you wouldn't like them. But I think it's a brilliant game, and the main character, his face is just so well done, and that it shows all his emotions. You know. So
I have yet to play Watch Dogs because I need to get my RAM upgraded. My computer doesn't like anything RAM intensive right now, so don't worry about
How
it.
much RAM do you have?
It's at 4 gigs right now, but everything
Oh,
is still
wow.
yeah. I built this thing like 4 years ago. 4 gigs was like awesome.
I made mine 2 years ago and I had 8, so I was just like, how much do you have?
Yeah,
How much
it's
does it work?
it's fine. I'll get everything worked out soon. I eventually want to upgrade this thing because like I told Alan, the newest thing in it is the GPU, and it's like 2 years old. So everything else is quite outdated. But that's neither here nor there. What did I play? I didn't play anything this week. I logged into Second Life and I was just like,
Hey.
no, I'm bored, and I just logged right back out again. And I spent
once didn't like it.
well, I actually do enjoy it. I just wasn't in the mood to do anything this week. I spent almost the entire week just laid out in bed watching Pokemon because it's vacation and I can do whatever I want. I'm an adult. Most of the time.
I'm an adult. I'll watch cartoons.
Yes, exactly. And eat Twizzlers all day and then feel sick from all the sugar. But yeah, that's really been my week. Just lots of Twizzlers and Pokemon. I reached the end of season 4 last night.
Speaking of candies, I've been killing my mouth this week. For some reason, my favorite candy in the world is atomic fireballs. But every time I buy them, both sides of my mouth just become a burnt mess, and now I can't eat any more of them.
Considering the name, that's not surprising.
They're so good. They're like the little red cinnamon jawbreakers sort of things.
Yeah.
I love those, but they
I like
burn my mouth so
Warheads.
bad. Both sides of my mouth hurt a little bit right now.
That's
I've
what
got,
you
like,
get.
half a bag still, so I gotta like wait it out.
Well, I had a 2-pound bag of Twizzler and I've made it about halfway and I'm so sick. I've eaten way too much, but okay, sorry. My neighbor's all like, I'm too tired for you to come over and work on my computer right now. And I'm like, that's fine because I didn't want to come over anyway. I'm tired and I'm lazy. I don't want to do anything. But back on topic. Joe, go ahead. Go ahead and lead off with your topic right now. We can do more idle chit chat at the end of the show to fill up some time.
Okay. Hey. Okay. Cool. Anyways, so this week, I'm not gonna lie, sort of been super busy with my job, so my topic came off the top of my head last night as I was falling asleep. But I know that I personally watch a ton of videos on YouTube, specifically almost only game related videos now, and I was just sort of gonna ask people's opinions of YouTube's opinions of like which YouTubers you watch, if you watch any, or which streams you watch, because I know, like, for me, I just started watching this one guy called Tear of Grace. He's I believe he's British, and he plays a ton of Dark Souls 2, and just watching him learning to play the game's been hilarious, and now he's like getting good at it, so it's really funny to watch, because I watched like his first playthrough of it while he was like running around not locking on to enemies at all, and now he's not locking on as part of strategies instead of just not doing it because he doesn't understand the mechanic. And then there's, of course, like, Achievement Hunter, which everybody I would assume watches, which is, they're a bit different for me to watch because they are all pretty much, most of their videos are console related, or specifically with Xbox 360 and Xbox One normally. Sometimes they do PS4. And they do PC games, but like they're almost all console. But I still like, my favorite videos are probably almost always going to be Achievement Hunter. Then also Game Grumps, because who doesn't enjoy Game Grumps? They're really good. They were super popular as
I've
far as
actually never watched any of the videos.
they did a playthrough of Wind Waker HD, the remake, and I'm watching through that right now, and it's fantastically funny. And they're very funny guys. And they also made the Starbomb album, if you haven't heard of that, which is like a little album of like video game related raps. Most of them are not safe for work, so just a warning there if you're gonna listen to them. But they are rather humorous.
For me, I don't really watch a lot of YouTube when it comes to games. I did get really sucked into the Yogs cast where they played Minecraft because when I play Minecraft, I don't actually play. I just want to make the biggest hole, fill it with TNT, and make an explosion that crashes the game. And I do this repeatedly until I just destroy the world. And so I don't really play, but watching them was hilarious. I would laugh. I would just put them and play when I had my other screen, and I would just be laughing all day.
Yeah.
I've never seen Achievement Hunter.
They have a Minecraft. They've been doing a Minecraft series. They do it every Friday. They release a video. That's another thing. Is like, if to get me to continue to watch YouTube videos, I found that I only really keep watching like try and keep up with some of these videos if they're exceptionally consistent. Like missing an upload like 2 or 3 times, like that's a low number to miss an upload time.
Yeah.
But like after that, I just sort of fall out of watching the videos because I'm just like they probably didn't post anything today, and then I just like fall out. But like Achievement Hunter, since it's their job, like literally, they're the company that made Red vs. Blue as well.
Cool.
And so it's through Rooster Teeth, and so they're very consistent with their uploads. They do like GTA on Mondays, random one on Wednesdays, and then always Minecraft on Fridays. But they just did episode 111 of their Minecraft series, so they've been doing it for a long time. But it is the Xbox version of Minecraft, so sometimes it's really funny to like realize the problems that they have just because the version is so far behind of what
I'm gonna have to check them out. I honestly, it was never a huge thing. I don't know, just game videos rarely amuse me. I do like looking up videos of people trying to play Q-op though, because those are always funny.
They have a series called Versus where it's like a tournament in their office where they go against each other to try and earn the belt from the other guys. And one day, one of the versus matches was who could get the furthest in co-op.
Oh my
And so
god, I
one
hate
guy
that
figured
game.
it out, and the other guy went like backwards, like 40 meters or something. It was
Yeah, I can't stand that game because I'm so bad at it. It is one of the most rage-inducing games I've ever played. There's one particular video that's my favorite to watch because this dude he rages so hard, but it's not a very safe for work video, so I don't share it all the time. I have to find it again.
Is it Rage Quit? Is the video like titled Rage Quit?
I don't remember. I haven't seen it for like a year.
Because there was a guy who used to do a bunch of Rage Quit videos. He actually got hired by Achievement Hunter to do videos for them.
I don't think that's him. I'll have to look it up at the end of the show and see. But because it was a really old video, so I have no idea.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get into doing videos like that, but it's just like watching these guys, I realize how important. Like, so for people out there on Gaming Chart, because I know there's a lot of us who do stream and stuff like that. Remember, consistency is the most important thing, which is something I've been terrible at anyways. But like, if you want to keep your viewership, if you have one, consistency. Make sure you always upload.
Yes, most definitely. The whole reason I haven't started streaming yet is just because my computer doesn't like it very much. It handles this because this is just a Skype call, and I can stream very low impact games like Demigod. I can stream that just fine and my computer doesn't care. But if I try to stream like Diablo, I can't even play. I think I'm at like 1 frame a second, if not less than that, and I just give up. So
that's half the reason why in Dark Souls I have so much trouble streaming consistently through a playthrough of it. It's just because the boss fights and everything looks amazing, and then I stream and it's like it only goes down to maybe medium quality, but I'm used to ultra settings. I'm just like,
yes, it's very frustrating.
Tight in the stuff. I'm gonna just click out of the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I haven't started my laugh at me while I cry during my horror game stream.
Yeah.
I still want to. I just got to get a better computer first.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna switch most of my streaming over to Dawn of War because I've realized that. Another thing, if you're doing a gameplay video, make sure you're talking because I've noticed something that I do when I'm trying to stream. It's like I'll be like playing the game, but I'll be so into it, I just don't say anything for like 5 minutes. I'm like, nobody wants to watch somebody just play a video game. I mean, maybe some people do, But I don't like watching somebody just playing a video game for 5 minutes, like on my screen, unless I'm looking at a walkthrough or something without saying a word.
Yeah,
So I'm
I don't
actually
like that
trying to
either.
shift over to like Dawn of War 2, maybe League of Legends, but everybody streams that, so probably not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and keep it more multiplayer because that makes it easier to have a conversation with someone while you're playing the game.
See, the horror games, there won't be any problem with me not talking
Yeah.
because I'm going to be
There's
talking
a
to
different
myself to
way
try to
that.
keep myself calm. It's
Do
like,
you have
oh,
YouTube, Alan?
huh?
Sorry.
We already asked. Do you watch any YouTube videos at all of gameplay?
Yeah, I was going to move it next to him, actually. So
I watched a few. It was due to the Oculus Rift, so I was watching Jacksepticeye, and because he does a lot of VR stuff, and it was actually quite funny watching him playing a lot of games with that, especially some of the older titles. But he tried that Outlast, which is that horrible horror game.
Yeah.
And I played it on the PS4, and I basically lasted about 25 minutes and uninstalled it. I had to run out of the room.
wow.
It just scared the crap out of me. It
Yeah.
wasn't for me at all.
I don't see myself doing a whole lot of sleeping when I start these streams.
It's like Doom 3. I think I played that years ago, and it keeps firing things at you all the time from all sides. When you walk past a wall, you get obviously something opens up and jumps out from a hole that wasn't there before. It was just terrifying. And it never lets up, and I think you need a rest at some point to gather your wits, you know?
Yeah, or else it just gets it gets ridiculous after a while because you're just flailing around by that point.
Yeah, pause button.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can honestly say that whatever game I play first, I'm probably gonna start crying. Because I remember the first time I played Fear. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it past the first level. I wasn't even the one that was playing it. My friend was playing. We were at one of those little cyber cafes, so everyone's all at the computers with their headphones on, and we were sharing earphones. And I was just watching her play over her shoulder. We were freaking out. And then she turns a corner, and I guess there's this little girl there. I don't know what it was, but it scared us so bad that we both screamed, and everyone heard us through their game on their headphones. We're all just like, oops. So I've never touched the game since.
Yeah, that would have been Alma. She was the little girl.
Yeah, like I said, we made it, I think, to the end of the first level. We were like, we're not doing this anymore. I couldn't handle it, but I was also a lot younger then too.
Fantastic. It was a great game. I mean, I don't like being scared, but that was a good game. I didn't like the second or third one as much. You know, they didn't have that, just the impact that the first game had.
It's really, really interesting. When it comes to the most game videos I watch nowadays are like the live action Super Mario and Mario Kart, because those are always amusing. I watch like, what is it, Freddie W. and I have a handful of other people, I forget. But those are really the only ones I watch. And sometimes I go searching for people who take video clips from games and make music videos out of them. Those are fun too.
Yeah. I also forgot, I watch a lot of Video Game Donkey, which is different because most of the videos I watch are sort of like live recording. It's like they may cut it up, but they record as they voice over as they're playing. While Donkey obviously doesn't do it, which is different because most of the guys I watch. Also, he's very not safe for work, so watch out when you're watching him as well. But there's one video where people were like complaining about it, and so he made a video with like his like sort of like, you know how streamers do where they have the one little tiny window in the corner with their faces on it.
Yeah.
He just like at first he starts out acting like he's talking over it as he's playing, and then he just starts going like. And then just like spinning around on the chair as he's doing it.
Oh
like,
my god!
Really funny because he was just like, "Of course I don't. What are you guys expecting? It's not gonna happen in League." Like,
yeah, if I were to stream myself playing a game like League, I wouldn't be very safe for work because I would be raging and just like psyching myself up and just cussing out everyone else.
Doing, Dawn of War 2 is I'm trying to keep safe for work at least until I'm done working with the church for the summer. And Dawn of War 2 makes me rage like no other game. Just because, like, since my friend that I play with is 22nd in the world on, like, how good he is.
I've actually never played Dawn of War.
So he's not as good now, but he was, like, 22nd. And so the people I end up playing against are, like,
Super good.
top tier. And so my little army just is like, I'm like, I don't know what to build. This guy's countering me everything. I built the heavy squad to try and take out his infantry, and then all of a sudden there's a jump squad that just jumps on top of them. Great.
Oh,
Perfect. I'm out.
jeez.
Okay, done. I just get really mad.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do multiplayer.
I've
I
never
don't
played
play well
that
with
game,
others.
so yeah, dude. Even if I'm playing Diablo on just by myself, I'm not a very safe for work individual. Especially when I have like this huge group I'm fighting against, because I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I'm very aggressive, like little internet warrior. I'm super aggressive. And you meet me in person, I'm just like, hi.
As long as I'm winning, I'm safe for work. It's when I start to go downhill that I lose it.
Even when I am winning, I'm not safe for work, but I'm very positive about it.
During the fight that I actually managed to post to YouTube from a stream, I go SOB, 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 because I'm rolling away from these spiders that are chasing me as I'm about to die because I'm fighting a boss and I really don't want to, and I'm just like, well, I just ruined the safe for work on this one. But yeah.
That's too funny. All right, let's go ahead and pause that for a minute. Alan, what kind of topic did you have first today?
It was just to talk about pre-order games, why we pre-order them, and why we, have this thing about collectibles. Why we want to buy the collectible editions.
When you told me about this topic, I was actually really happy to hear your view on it, because it's something I wonder too. It's like, because when it comes to Blizzard games, I'm the fangirl. I'm like, I gotta have the collector's editions of everything. But then I meet other games and I'm like, I really want the collector's edition, and I get it, and I never touch the game again. So, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's hear your view on it first.
Well, I mean, I know there have been a few articles online recently about why we shouldn't pre-order games and that it's bad for everyone except the companies. The fact that you give them money for something that isn't finished yet. Now, are we really afraid that it's not going to have a copy in the shop for us? I mean, that's the thing. We get carried away with the flood of hype before a game's released, and we throw our money away at something that either isn't finished, like I said, or we can't possibly know what it'll play like. And sometimes we get completely lied to and tricked into expecting something we don't get.
That's
Don't get me
true.
wrong. I mean, I've pre-ordered many games over the years, especially collector's editions. And when a lot of thought's gone into something and the developer shows pride, then yeah, it makes a big difference. I mean, take the Big Daddy from the BioShock. It was just an amazing thing to get, and it was so heavy. It just so happens I have it right here.
How convenient.
If there's one thing I'm jealous of, it's that
That's
I
so
did not
cool.
get into BioShock until after BioShock 2. So Infinite was the only chance I would have had for a pre-order. And I honestly, there's only been, in the last 3 years, 2 games I've ever pre-ordered. Oh.
That's so
I've only pre-ordered 2 games in the last 3 years. I've done the early access, but I haven't pre-ordered games for 2 years because I don't understand it, honestly. Like, I don't understand needing the collectibles that bad to pay the extra money, because I pre-ordered Guild Wars 2, but I didn't pay for the collector's edition. I just want to get in on the beta weekends for it.
Yeah.
And Goat Simulator was the other one, just because I thought it was a hilarious idea and I wanted to show my support. I prefer, when I'm pre-ordering, I don't like to pre-order unless I get early access, which I remember I did Trials Evolution as well, but that gave me early access to the game, and that's what can get me as a person, because I don't have space to deal with having all the cool collectibles as much as I would enjoy having them. I've got Warhammer 40k figurines taking up my spare space and stuff, so I don't know. I would love to hear why people are super interested in that, because it's just something that's never enticed me fully into paying the prices that they ask for.
For me, I'm a little OCD about stuff, so I'm all like, I want all the cool stuff because everyone else is gonna have it, and I don't want to be left out. And when it comes to things like with the World of Warcraft games, when you get the collectors, you get a special mount and little pet, and for all their games that are collectors, you get special things for their other games as well. So you'll get portraits in StarCraft and stuff to wear for Diablo and all this other stuff like that. And it's really new flag stuff, all these different things. So I'm all like, I want it because I'm going to see someone else with it and be like, I want it, and then I can't get it.
Yeah, it's human nature.
Yes, I'm greedy like that.
Of it, what other people have. You know,
The
left behind.
yeah, the most recent pre-order that I saw that I didn't take part in was from Landmark, which is like it's like Second Life and Minecraft smushed together, so it's like Minecraft in Super HD. And I got into one of their betas, but my computer didn't handle it very well, so I didn't really
Oh,
get to do anything.
I have a beta key for that, and I was supposed to write a review on it. I need to
Yeah.
get back to playing it. My feelings on it currently are that it's a good game, but it's got a slow start.
Yes.
It takes a lot of work.
I did notice. Oops, I forgot my Skype wasn't muted. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Erwin's back, by the way. Are we gonna try and add him or?
Ah, we can. I do have the layout ready, so can
Okay.
you add him or should I?
You need to do it because you're the host of the call. Otherwise, it will not.
Okie
do it.
dokie. And I'll just go ahead and flip this to the
But,
four-person layout
yeah,
while
like,
it calls
the
him.
Bioshock collectibles actually look like collectibles that might entice me a little bit, but like the art books and stuff, just I don't get at all. Just because it's like it's a book, I might look at it as soon as I get the game, but then I'm going to be playing the game, and I'm going to put that book somewhere, and you can spend upwards of like double the price of the game for the collector's editions if you're not careful.
Yeah, they do charge a lot for those. It does kind of hint. I like that they charge a lot though, because it really makes me think and debate if I really, really want the game. Because then I'm like, if I'm going to spend this much money, I'm like, do I really want this game? Etc. Etc. So.
Is it the game you're paying for? When you pay that amount of money, is it the game you're paying for, or is it the actual collectible?
True. It all depends on what the collectible is.
It's honestly the false rarity that you're paying for, in my opinion. It's sort of like that thing where, you know, corn still costs a lot at the supermarket, even though we actually have an oversupply of corn. It's because in order to induce the fact that not as many people will have something, you have to raise the price. If they made you pay the extra $20 for the collector's book instead of making it like an extra 30 or 40, everybody would just do it. A lot of people, more people would do it than, you know, what does it right now. And so by raising the prices of something, you make it, you know, you give it the sense of it's worth that much. Sort of like diamonds are like that right now too. We have a ton of diamonds.
Yeah.
But there's one company that owns all of them, most of them, from what I've read or something. And so they sell them at a higher price so that there's still a desired item because it's still a status symbol just because they're costly.
Yeah, that's true.
Like economics is like you can either sell something cheap so you sell a lot or you sell something expensive so it becomes a status symbol. And you just have to be hoping that your product is worth the investment to get
it's very interesting to think about that and apply that. It's very interesting to take that thought process and apply that to games or like the whole status symbol thing because there is a level of pride, at least for me, when I'm in a game such as World of Warcraft. I'm running around and I don't see a ton of other people on this collector's edition mount or whatever I have, and I'm just like, ha, I have one. Not a lot of. Well, I don't know how many people have the collector's edition of the very first vanilla WoW, and it came with like a little mini Diablo. So I always run around with him, and people are like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And I'm like, "I know."
Yeah, and that's sort of funny because when you think about it, any kind of rarity in a game is a fake rarity.
Yeah.
Because there's literally an infinite amount that thing could have been distributed. Like, and I was just thinking about games on Steam. Like, you know, getting it on the alphas a little bit like that, although alphas are normally slightly cheaper than the full release game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, I was on the alpha, so now I have this. Or paid to play TF2 players. You know, like back when TF2 had just gone free to play, it was a big part of pride to be like, I paid for my copy.
I know. I did too.
I actually didn't pay to play it, so I was on the other end. But I was like, whatever, dude, it's free to play now, so you can just go shove off. I'm gonna play my game.
Yeah, I didn't do the whole rub it in people's faces thing, but I still had it inside my head. I'm like, haha, I was first or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with Minecraft, when he was first making it, it was like $5 to get into the alpha.
Yeah, and I got it when it was 20, right before it went up to 20. I think I got it at like 15 or 12.
Yeah, it went up from 5 to 10 to 15, and then it jumped up to 20. So I was like, the whole time, every time I see the price raise, I'm just like, ha ha.
That's a standard thing, honestly, with alphas and betas. A lot of outside of like Steam Greenlight, most of the time, an alpha of a game if they're selling it, will be really cheap, and you get the whole game for it. Just because that way they get free QA testing.
Yes, they do.
You know, and it's great.
And
that's, like,
advertisement too.
Greenlight does slightly the same thing, but not as much of as it gets closer. It keeps raising the price. Normally, they have one set price for the whole of their Greenlight or
Yeah.
alpha release stage, and then once it goes, I shouldn't say alpha because it goes alpha then beta then full release, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For their development cycle, and then once they fully develop it, normally it goes up in price like $4 or $5 maybe.
Yeah.
I still find that really strange, though. It's the fact that you're paying them to fix their game.
Yeah.
As someone
It
who
should be the other way around.
Yeah, as someone who wants to be a game developer, I love it because it lets me sort of see into the process. In some games, it's more than just you're paying them to show them bugs. Like the game I have called Vertiginous Golf, it actually like they do polls asking people, what would you like added to the game? What do you want next added in? Would you rather have this or this? So you're literally like you're paying so that you can help them like figure out so you can help them design their own game almost and have this perfect thing that you wanted. But other games are like that, where it's literally just you paid so you can play it early, and now you're a beta tester for them basically. And like they don't actually give you very much input or anything.
Yeah.
So like there are a lot of games that are just like what you said, where normally you'd get paid for it. But also if you're a normal beta tester, you don't get the game normally at the end of the thing. You'd still have to pay for it at the very end of the day, which is why I don't have as big of an issue with us doing that. If I was paying and I just got the beta and I didn't get the final copy, I would be much more irritated with that idea, I think.
Dude, I wouldn't even buy the game. I'd just be like, y'all are on your own.
Most people wouldn't, and that's why they have to give you the full game, because it's like, mostly it's indie studios, so I don't feel bad about buying the game early, because I'm like, they probably need the money to continue production anyways.
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure that seeing all these people getting into the beta or pre-ordering it, it's kind of encouraging for them as well, because they're like, people want this. Yes, let's go ahead and add more stuff or plan to add more stuff later. So it encourages them to work harder. Not everybody, but most people.
As long as
much as
the actual people, though.
Yeah.
As much as I
say that again, Alan.
There's some really bad ones out there. You see it when you look at Steam, and you see a lot of the comments about people that went on betas, and then there's been no change for months. It's like they've taken all people's money and then just decided that'll do, we're finished.
Yeah. I was about to say, as much as I love this way of doing game development and these ideas, there are like bad examples of it too, unfortunately. Like, as much as I am fully supportive of having alpha and beta games on Steam, like completely, but I also realize that it doesn't work all the time. Like, gosh, it was like it was Apocalypse 2044 or something like that, was a game that literally 2 years was unworkable. People paid for the beta, it was an early release, and it never ever worked.
Wow.
And eventually Steam was like, okay, this is dumb, and they shut it down. Everybody's getting their money back. But it's just one of those things where it's like, that's ridiculous. Like, but there's always going to be people that take advantage of something that is, that cool.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Or you get companies changing their names as well and coming back with another game and conning
Yes, I've seen stuff like that, and that irritates me so bad. It makes me like, do I really want to spend the money on this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I normally, when I see a game on Steam, I will click on the developer just to see if they have anything else, which doesn't always work because they could use a different publisher or developer name.
Yeah.
So I try and see like their other work. Of course, you can always read the comments, but we remember when you're reading a beta comments, a lot of people are going to say things that are bad about the game that are just bugs that they are working on fixing currently.
Yeah, so some of them you have to take with a grain of salt.
When you're buying an early release game, just, be careful, because like Alan said, and like I pointed out a little bit, just because I'm a fanboy of betas and developers.
Yeah.
But like Alan pointed out, you can get gypped. I've been very lucky in my purchasing of pre-released games. Normally I wait, and like if something pops up on Humble Bundle about them, or if I see like good gameplay in the trailers, I'll pick it up. But I haven't been shorted my money yet.
Me neither.
It could still happen quite easily.
Yeah, I've been quite lucky with that myself.
Well, I've been stung once.
Oof.
You'll all know the name of this game, although I've changed it slightly because I call it something different now. Aliens, Colonic Marines.
What?
Yeah, Aliens
That's
versus
what I
Colonial.
call it now because I was shafted with that one. I bought it, and when I first loaded it up, I thought maybe there was something wrong, maybe there was a bug in it, but it just turned out that the bug was the game. It was awful. The fact that they had a patch that was 1.5 gigabytes or something, and they released it really quickly means that they knew that the game hadn't been even finished yet, and even when it was finished and
Yeah,
improved,
yeah,
it was still a disaster. It wasn't what we expected. It wasn't what we were shown. When you look back at the videos that they put out before that about the game running, it's a bit like the thing about Watch Dogs now is, oh well, that's not what we saw in E3 last year, and they
yeah.
shouldn't do that. They should point out to you, right? Okay, we've changed things.
Yeah.
Or they do a little bit of text at the bottom of the screen saying, well, this is not representative of the final game.
Yeah, that they really Watch
Come on.
Dogs. I've gone back and forth on the whole controversy about that, and like half of me is like, yeah, they should not have shown the videos of it looking that good, but the other half of me are like, there's no way the game would have hardly been playable on most systems with those kinds of like graphics and with all the blur that they use too. You wouldn't have been able to drive for anything. Like it
It
just you
is
would have been
cool
slamming.
though when you get it working.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
I
yeah,
still,
but
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
should have been a little bit more transparent about it, though. Like you
Definitely,
said,
like they were
like
definitely
the
wrong.
fine print. This is on a super awesome machine, and don't expect yours to look like this.
Yeah,
Something.
and the thing
That's
is
the thing.
that's
They
sad
do
about
that
Watch
to
Dogs
use
is that
sales.
One at a
It's
time.
all about sales.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
sad thing is Watch Dogs is still an incredibly fun game from what I've heard
It's
from everybody
brilliant.
playing it. But there's so many people that are mad at it, so that they may not even purchase it because they feel lied to, and the company
Yeah.
should have thought about the repercussions of that before releasing an ad that's going to be like, hey, it's going to look like this is next gen and all this stuff, and then they're just like, yeah, we're going to give it the same graphics as GTA 5, which isn't bad. It's just like, it's
So
not.
far, I've remained very neutral on the whole Watch Dogs thing because my computer can't run it anyway.
I don't own the game. I don't own the game, so I don't feel like I should be part of the argument on it. So I
I
look at
have
the
it, and I don't even care. I'm like, as long as I can play it and it works and it doesn't look like pixelated nonsense, I don't care.
That's the real world. That's the real world gamer right there.
Let me have fun with my game. It doesn't matter what it looks like. As long as it doesn't crash my computer, we're good.
Oh, I'm
I've been
very
there with
much into eye candy though. I have to have everything up full. If I can't have it up full, I don't want to play it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get there. I've been slowly getting spoiled. Like I'm still on the point of as long as I can have it on at least medium
yeah.
or like
That's
medium high, I'm okay
I've
with.
turned things down to low just to see like how much better gameplay I can get out of it. Just quicker reactions, honestly.
I do that,
Not
and then I'm just
normal.
like, you know what? I'll deal with the lag. Just forget it, and I turn it back up again.
Yeah. I my whole experience with gaming started on a 10-year-old Dell. I was playing Guild Wars 1 on, and I had to run a graphics card emulator that like emulated that it was like an NVIDIA card on my computer,
I
and
didn't
would have
know
let
those
me
were a
run the game
thing.
for 2 hours before blue screening, rather than the normal 30 minutes I got.
I didn't
And
know there
so,
was
when it
such a
comes to
thing. Oh
games,
my
I am
goodness.
incredibly okay with dealing with whatever crap I have to deal with. If I think a game should be running better than it is, it gets on my nerves. But I can deal with whatever a game's going to throw at me if I can't run it on high or something, because it's just like, I've dealt with worse. I
Yeah.
had a 10-year-old Dell that crashed on me playing one of the oldest games ever, and I barely could run it. And then, like, ever since that, it's just like, and like my only like console that I own outside of my 3DS is an N64.
Nah.
So it's just like
Yeah, I had one of them.
they don't bother me. I mean, it's all about gameplay. Like, if you give me good gameplay, I'll be okay. Like, just be consistent. Don't give me dadgum RNG style recovery times or something from an attack. Because that'll make me angry.
Yeah.
I started off years ago on the ZX Spectrum. It's the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and so yeah, I put up with a fair amount of bad games. I think at the time of death of that, when that computer eventually stopped getting games made for it, I think there were something like 15,000 games out for it.
Oh, nice.
But a lot of them were just absolute drops. They were terrible. Even the classics, when you look back at them now, there are websites that you can go to and actually play the games from back then. And even though you in your head you've got this lovely view of like, oh wow, I remember this game. It was fantastic. I loved it. You then play it and you go, oh my god, it was so bad.
You're just like,
No,
why did I like this?
I've been really lucky. All of the games I've looked back on with rose-colored glasses have been fantastic. Because it's like Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, the first Super Smash Brothers, which is still the only one I can be competitive at. Because I need to be able to reverse my direction in midair. I cannot deal with this whole not landing in the same direction I jumped.
It's
And
funny.
all that stuff. Like, I don't know. All the games I played on the N64 were very good games. The only one I was slightly disappointed in was Kirby Crystal Dream or something like that. But that was a good game. It was just short.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason that one disappointed me at all.
Let's go ahead and pause there for a minute. Erwin, what was your topic going to be today?
You still ask?
Yeah, I want to see. Oh,
Unboxing.
is it a really, really short unboxing?
Only small boxes, yes. Maybe one is a little bit larger, but the rest is small.
I can give
This
you
is
like.
the smallest one.
Hey.
What is that? See, now I want to know, so go ahead and unbox it.
It's easy. It's a metal box. I won it this week or 2 weeks ago, like James Braga, and when you open it, it comes out something like this.
Yeah, it's a little flash drive, right?
Oh,
It's a USB drive from one of our sponsors called ASRock.
it looks like a shirt and shorts.
It's a shirt from the Netherlands, and it's indeed a USB stick.
That is cute.
That's adorable.
We're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
ahead. Go ahead.
Give it to my sister.
Oh, that's cute. We're gonna go ahead and save your other unboxings for the next episode. Just because we're down to like 15 minutes, and I do want to get some Gaming Tribe talk in and some feedback on it and everything.
Okay.
So
No problem.
I'm sure most of us noticed for a little bit the other day that things were acting a little funky, such as being able to add yourself as a friend, though it didn't actually let you. That was really amusing, and it frustrated me because it was like, you have notifications, and I'm like, yay, click. Sorry, this post is hidden. I'm like, ah, I'm logged in. Why can't I see my stuff? And it just drove me nuts.
That
But
happened to me. I thought the guy just been deleted.
I still have issues though.
yeah, well, there are more issues, and I'm gonna get to them soon. But thankfully, they were able to fix that bug, I think, pretty quickly, because I gave up and went back to my Pokemon after a while because I was just so frustrated, and I didn't go back on the site till that night. But everything's working by then. So kudos to the Gaming Tribe team that got everything fixed nice and fast. But it looks like there are still some issues. I'm sure, again, everyone has noticed that you can't click on your notification button, even though it tells you have them. It's been that little one has been staring at me since I got up today, and it's been
Oh,
irritating
jeez.
me because I can't click on it and see what that notification is. It doesn't work. So I'm assuming they're working on the system to improve it. I have no idea. I'm totally just pulling it out of thin air right there. But
And you know what? That
The
one
menu button's not working
something
either.
really important.
yeah, I'm getting on to everything else.
Fixed.
What was the other button that didn't work?
The menu button. I'm clicking it right
And
now.
Oh yeah,
friends
you're
button
right.
Also. The friends button also.
Yeah, so
Profile still works, Messenger still works, and Home still works.
and
I
accepting
couldn't ask for Alan Wash's profile. It didn't do that.
it looks like the friend request section doesn't work either. Because usually when you click on it,
probably
it's
'cause they're
like,
trying to fix the friend request issue.
yeah, that's probably what it is. So I'm really
As a-
confident that they're gonna have this all fixed really soon because
As a designer, when there's a glitch, a lot of times it's better just to disable that service for a little bit so you
Yeah.
can fix it rather than have crazy stuff happening that you have to go back and fix eventually.
or someone does something and it breaks something else. You're just like, ah.
Wish I could have friended myself. That would have been awesome.
I tried. Not gonna lie. I saw it and I was just like,
When I saw it, I was like, is that really working? Like, when somebody posted about it, and I was like, I gotta see this, and I clicked, and I was just like, nope. I was like, okay. Good.
I was
Okay,
really,
that'd be
really
silly.
sad when it didn't let me friend myself. I'm not gonna lie. Because I
We
was
may
like,
not have self-liking, but we can friend ourselves.
You could create two of you.
Yes.
that's too much work to go make another profile.
Yes.
That's just too much work. And
The
then,
world can only handle one of me.
yeah, I can only handle one of me. All right. So, lastly, we've got another loot drop on the way. I'm sure all of you are
Oh, yeah.
super excited about that. This time, the sponsor is going to be balls. I will never grow up when it comes to that. Every time I say that, I laugh.
Do we know
That's
what they're
what I
actually
guessed.
dropping, or is it just assumed that it's going to be balls?
Well, we've assumed it is because the post
knows?
shows the picture, and then it says Tuesday on the bottom with a question mark. So that's
It
what I'm
could be
saying.
balls just
Hmm.
released a new motherboard
Okay.
or something.
I'll be
Maybe.
online mobile day.
She's frozen.
Wait, why did everybody's cameras freeze? What happened? Wait. Okay, Joe.
Ah.
Okay, we're back. I think
Hey,
my computer just gave me a giant middle
Froze.
finger, I think.
Oh.
But this loot drop looks like it's going to be different than the other ones, mostly because it's not going to be on a weekend, but it's going to be on a Tuesday. So that's interesting.
hey, we might have dropped from the stream.
Oh, no. No. I think so.
Yep, it looks like it.
Arr. You know, Tim was laughing at me.
Hey, is Tim in there?
No, I said he was laughing at me the other day saying that one of these, I think it just tried to put me through a freaking Asia server before it changed its mind. Like,
It fixed. We're back on now, I believe.
well, I stopped it and
Oh,
started it back.
I got an
so-
offline message.
Yeah, because I turned it off and I turned it back on now.
Okay, well, for me,
Okay.
it's on again.
Give it a couple seconds.
Oh,
It'll,
no.
Yeah, people
it'll
are
catch
moving
up.
again. Yes.
I'll like give it a minute. So sorry about that, everyone. My computer gave me a giant middle finger. It does that sometimes. Just usually it waits till
I say,
after
what
the
the
stream.
hell?
So what was I talking about? Right, the loot drop.
Yep.
Our only hints
Balls.
are that it has something to do with balls and it's going to be on a Tuesday. We haven't been given any other information or any solid facts about it yet, so I'm super excited. I'm keeping my eyes
And
open.
there's going to be a load of balls too.
You gotta watch out for the balls.
I'm kind of happy it's on a Tuesday while I'm still on vacation because it means I'll be home and I'll be online. I'm curious if our new servers and all that new bandwidth will be able to handle the insanity that always happens around it, though. Like
Yeah.
I hope they first fix all the problems.
I hope so. I'm gonna be waiting with bated breath to see just how slow the website gets because everybody's gonna be on. Even the inactive people are gonna be like, ooh, and they're all gonna come out of the woodworks, even though they don't realize that they won't win. They're not even eligible, but it doesn't matter as long as the site works. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, I just realized I probably won't get it because I've only made like 2 posts in like the last week. No, I made okay from that.
I isn't it like the top? What is it? The top 100, top 200, or something?
I
like that?
didn't know.
200, I
All I
believe.
know is that I'm not in that much active just because I've been super busy and
I think it's the top 200 that they pull from. I'm honestly not sure.
Yes, true.
Something
You
else
have
that
to
I'm.
be online at the time.
Huh?
You have to
I'm
be
still
online
there.
at the time.
Wow.
Yes,
How is
you
that
do.
possible?
You have to be
Yeah.
online at the time, and that's part of why there's so much lag because everybody refreshes the page constantly, and the system is just like, no.
do you have to keep refreshing the page in order to win the loot drop, or could you just sit on the page and it'll just...
I think you just have to be active, like making comments and stuff. I don't know the finer mechanics of it, but
But there are now limits. You can only post 3 an hour. So if you have posted one, say 10 minutes ago, and then the looter comes, you're not right.
Well,
You're
you
not
yeah,
can
happy.
but
also
activity-
comment on people's statuses too.
exactly. Activity counts as commenting and liking other people's status. That all counts. The whole reason I did the 3 per hour thing is because we had a lot of people flooding newsfeed to try to get to the top of the leaderboards, along with self-liking, and it was just annoying.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Which
the
made
only
me
one
feel bad for people
The
like...
one upstairs is Steven Samarco.
Yeah, I felt bad for San Marco because his stuff actually normally interests me anyways because he just, you know, he's basically like a gaming news feed to have
He
built
is.
into your thing.
And I
But
do like
Yeah,
it.
it posts a lot.
I'm okay with the limit though, because it gives me a chance to actually go through everything that he posts before he posts something else. Because he would post so much stuff, and I would read like the first 2 or 3, and I'm just like, too much information, and start skipping it all.
Number 6.
I know I'm talking is kind of funny because I'm chewing on these things, but I need some sugar.
Finally, Mr. Marvin Powell is not in the top anymore.
Oh yeah, some people they get top of the list, and like Angel, we all know Angel's never gonna not be on the number 1 spot. I think
No chance.
anybody
Yeah.
that if I see anybody in the number 1 spot, I'm gonna call hacks. I'm gonna be like, no, hacked. You hacked it. There's no way.
I'm
But-
ninth.
I'll be starting commenting next week again because then the other PC of me is finally done.
I don't even know what I am on the leaderboard. I know that I'm on there somewhere, but I have no idea.
I'm number 10 and Mr. Alan Walsh is number 9. Funny.
I'm 7.
You're on there? Hey, wait, how are you checking the leaderboard? I can't even get to it.
Because
Oh.
it says
Do
leaderboard
that
on this. Yes.
Hey,
If
you're
you
up
press
there.
the house icon and then you go to leaderboard, you can get there.
It's
Oh,
like,
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm
too-
popular.
I'm not too far behind, honestly. Interesting.
I'm not on the friendships one just because I'm picky about who I accept, but I'm popular. Yay me. Anyway, this is
Like-
neither here nor there.
Like your fist.
I'll never be on the friendships one because I don't just click on people and be their friends. I have to be a person who is maybe a friend of someone I'm a friend with on here who's maybe been posting things I find interesting, and I maybe find it by accident, and then I'll click friend.
See, people send me friend requests and I'll accept them, but if I notice that they're not being active, they get removed after a while. I'm just like, delete.
And if they
I
haven't
always
filled in
add
their
people,
details,
Yes, that too.
I always at least try to add the people that are like have 0 friends and stuff, just because I'm like, what if there is that one person who's just dying to have a friend on Gaming Drive?
Aww.
And I'm like, maybe one day I'll find them. I've got probably at least 20 friend requests that are just floating in the space area of Gaming Drive
That's funny.
on the
I have
inactive.
about 100.
The biggest
the first thing
curiosity.
I did was just ask for friends when I came on, and then straight away Angel contacted me and friended me, and so I was like, yay!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angel was my first friend on here too. I think that applies to a lot of people though. That's
Yeah.
why. That's also why he's number 1 on popularity. And I think he's
Makes sense.
and number 1 on friendships too. He's had 46 new friends in the past week. Good lord.
Also, I wanted to mention that Theobolith made a funny thing. He said that Balls will have a new motherboard that is liquid cooled on Guarana.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty
Wow.
funny.
That is actually quite amusing.
And it will never sleep.
Try not to choke on a Smartie here, sweetheart, whatever.
Then your computer won't fall asleep. That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
It won't
Yeah.
boot up quickly enough.
It would start up so quick though. You'd click the button, it would be on instantly.
It would shoot across the room.
You have to strap
fan
it to the
make it
table
lift
so
off.
it doesn't go anywhere.
Hmm.
LOL. Angel is the Tom of Gaming Tribe. You know what? That's true. He is.
But he's not auto-friended, so it's not quite as bad.
Yeah, that is true. So he's one up Tom in the sense that he's not automatically your friend when you start. You have to.
That being
find him.
said, I felt bad when I deleted Tom finally.
I never did. I left him.
Well,
there.
I did.
Just stuck him in the
I was
back.
like, I don't want Tom seeing my stuff. Tom's getting out of my feed. And then I deleted him. I was like, oh, he was my first friend.
Oh my god. Is MySpace even still around?
Yep, it's more of a music news service now.
Well, and that explains why I don't use it, because I don't do anything with music.
I forgot my details for that a long time ago.
I still remember
It's still
it.
I think
And
I'm still on there, but I just don't know how to get to it.
I think back and I'm just like,
Oh,
why did I use this login? I was such a child. All the emails and everything, and the little sweetie kitty 45. And I thankfully never had an email that bad. But I did have one. It was called Fledgling Otaku. And I think back and I'm like, why? Why did I do that to myself?
I got in trouble actually with my job for having Diabuddha as my email because somebody misunderstood where it came from. Because they were like, Dia means through Buddha. I was like, no, calm down.
That's funny.
It was okay though. I have a spare email to use.
Alright, so I lied about this being a short episode because we were actually at the 55-hour mark. Wow, 55-minute mark. This
55 hour.
The candy's getting to me. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I will have to piece this together before I upload this to YouTube. So I'm probably not gonna do it till tomorrow because I'm lazy and I don't want to. So, Joe, go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you. What are you doing?
I'm messing with my camera.
You're
It's
such
like,
a nerd. Oh my
"Wait."
goodness.
Dork.
That's a
Wait.
Watch Dogs figurine, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's
Oh
awesome.
my god, that's so cool looking.
Okay,
Well, that's
so
the thing. I wish they'd have used the other characters in the game because they were so much more interesting to look at.
Yeah.
You know, he's just boring compared to the other ones in the game. Mental.
Who's boring?
Okay, so
yeah.
if you want to find me, you can find me on Steam and League of Legends at Diabuda. League of Legends, I do have one Smurf account, which is MLG space clutch. Once again, please message me on Steam or on some other service if you want me to add you on that one, because I only log onto it as often as I need to keep the name. Because I mean, I like having a Smurf account, so I don't want to have to remake one every single time I want to play with someone. If you want to watch me on Twitch, it's Diabuda. On YouTube, it's Diabuda. That's Diabuddha. The only place that I have something different is on Gaming Tribe. It is gamingtribe.com/profile/nogain. NOGAIN. I don't really use that name for very much, though. It's a very old gamer tag that I, for some reason, decided I would switch to when I used it. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Erwin, where can everyone find you?
That would be easy. I'm almost on every channel you can think of. It is easy. It's Gaming Tribe, Steam, Origin, Battle.net with #2207 behind it. Twitter is a little bit different. That would be Erwin at It Is Easy, but written in letters instead of user capitals. And anything else is It's Easy. Ha!
Right. Alan, where can everyone... Sorry, go ahead, Erwin.
No problem. I'll cut and paste it in the chat box.
Okay. Alan, where can everyone find you?
Pretty much Gaming Tribe. I spend most of my time there now, but you can link up through there to Steam as well and get me on Steam anytime. I don't really use Facebook or anything like that too much. I generally come on here.
What the heck is that?
I think everybody that has me friended on G-Tribe has me friended on Facebook already, so I really don't have too much to worry about. Every once in a while I'll still get someone, they'll add me, and I'm like, who are you? Where did you get me from? Then I'm like, oh yeah, G-Tribe. It links to this. I know that. But for where everyone can find me, on G-Tribe, I am KD, KAYDEE. On Battle.net, I'm KD pound 1779. On Steam, I am Miss Kitty 247, and yeah, that's... Oh, and on Twitch, I am KAY_DEE, KD. So go ahead and look those up. I think what I'm going to do for the next few episodes is I'm going to start collecting everyone's information, and when it comes to this time, just bring up a picture over each person's location that has the link so people can see it while we say it. So we don't have to spell it out all the time, because...
Plus, I can never remember mine anyway.
That too. That way I can just be like, click, like, be like, I don't remember, be like, I got it, and just show it, and then we can write it down or search for it or whatever they want. So...
How complex do you want it to have?
What?
See my chat box.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? But, let's... Oh, you didn't put spaces in any of your links. You should probably fix that.
Spaces?
Yeah. Your Facebook and your Twitter, it's one giant link. You should probably put a space in between
hell?
that. So that won't navigate to anything.
It does.
It might.
It does.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, no. It says page isn't found.
Yeah, it doesn't work because it's trying to load
I thought to
Facebook
delete.
and Twitter.
It's because I didn't delete the first half.
That's what I'm saying. You
Or
need
the
to put a
Twitter
space
part.
in there, Erwin. But
Yeah,
that's,
just make sure you delete the Twitter if you don't want his Twitter, or delete the Facebook if you want his Twitter.
yeah,
So.
it's neither here nor there. But I just feel like commenting on that. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we are exactly at the 1 hour mark, and I'm out of stuff to talk about. So
Okay.
thank you guys for joining us for another episode of GT Insider. We hope you enjoyed our topics today and our tangents as well, and I hope you tune in.
A lot of
next
tangents.
week. Yeah, tangents make things fun, so it's fine. So go ahead, tune in next week. We'll have a bunch of different other topics for you. There's one I really want to hear from James Braga, and I'm looking forward to it. So until then, bye.
Bye.